toy is activated, Michael.
Hello, and welcome to a first stream. I will now step so I am in camera. Hi! My computer's off to the side, so that's how I'm running this. But thank you, Penguin Frog, for the welcome. I am Jessica. I work for 100 Ravens. We are an indie yarn dyeing business from New Hampshire. And I'm going to be winding minis on camera for you today. I just realized that background music might still be a tad on the loud side, so I'm turning that down a smidgy smidge. There we go. All right. So I am wearing the headphones so that you can hear me and I can hear the background music, and hopefully you can't hear too much of the air conditioner, because I do have an air con up here to make sure I don't faint of heat stroke in my attic. So the current color and the current yarn base are accurate. Yes, your ASMR is here. Elfie102, I am guessing that you are Kerry, because I am not seeing. Why am I not seeing? Sorry, I have walked off to the side so that I can look at OBS because something's wrong. Ah, there we go. I am logged into the incorrect thing in the thing to... How do I do this? How do I change which channel I'm logged in as? How do I do the thing? How do I do the thing? No activity. No, I want to be logged in as me. I'm not seeing... Chat, Penguin Frog. I am logged in as the wrong person in the chat and my activity feed in, why can I not? Okay, well, you know what? I am not going to have chat and an activity feed open in OBS then, because obviously the wrong account is connected to them, and yeah, something's wrong with OBS again. Welcome to Twitch. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. The thing is that, I have a personal Twitch account that I have been using OBS with before this. And so now I forgot to switch stream elements over to the business account before I started the stream today. So stream elements is showing me my personal stats and not the business account stats. So 100 Ravens is the business. So, but my name is Jessica. I am winding for you today, and all of our social media, website, all that jazz should be on the screen. But yes, something's wrong with OBS again. Yes, that is for certain, definitely a thing. But I have my phone here, and I can see chat on Twitch on my phone. So that is how we are going to do this today. So I have the minis here. You can see I have two cameras. You can see the minis. So the minis come 7 colors to a set, and I wind 3 or 4 of them at a time. Oh, I just realized I cannot stand too far back because the cat ears are going to hit the ceiling. I am in a very short attic doing this today, so this will be interesting. Yep, I just hit him again. Okay. This is going to be... Maybe if I just scooch the table forward a little bit. Oh, but that'll mess up my camera. You know what? I'll just have to make sure I don't hit the cat ears on the ceiling. That's a thing. So. I always have to flatten out the skeins before putting them on the winder and find the correct end. There we go. And I have this thing where I have to wind the colors in order, so I always have to... To me, the colors have to be in order. I don't... They just do. But hello to the 5 people watching. I realized I did not set a category or anything for this. I probably set it as a wrong category. Stream manager. Title your stream. Yes. What is the title of this stream? Mini winding. Because I just realized I should update that stuff. Because I didn't do it because Stream Elements was set up to the wrong thing. So of course, you know, I did it wrong. Because of course I did. Select a category. This is definitely under makers and crafting. There we go. Update information. Let's update the information so the stream actually has a title. Because that's a thing. Alright, it says my information has been updated. So, should be good. There we go, alright. Found the end of this skein. So thank you, people who are watching, I appreciate it. Somehow we got 19 followers since I announced this yesterday. I mean, some of you come from Stitchcord, so thank you. But yes, it's a thing that we are now doing. I don't know if Becca will ever do dyeing on camera, but I am quite happy to do winding on camera. Yes, yes. I know you guys do. Oh, cool. I didn't drop the follow yet, but oh, thank you. Penguin Frog, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. People have woven with our yarn before, so we are totally happy to have weavers stop in and see what we're doing. The minis, this particular set of minis is actually for webs. The yarn store webs, if you know what that is, but yeah. Totally happy for you to drop that link in the Discord. Thank you, I appreciate it. So, the whole reason we do minis like this is so that we don't have to dye a single skein as a gradient, because it's easier to dye full skeins across a gradient than it is to dye a single skein as a gradient. So this is our way of making our lives a little easier. So I whack my cat ears on the ceiling because I forget I have an extra like 2 inches sticking out the top of my head. Because that's a thing. If you're wondering what the logo on my shirt is, that is Fiber World, which I also work for, which 100 Ravens vended at back in August. So it was a virtual fiber show that was completely 100% online. So in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I am cutting the ties in the yarn so that I can, in fact, wind it off. And I have a box. This is an old Reynolds Wrap box, but it's a box full of yarn scraps that are all the ties I've cut off from all the skeins I wind. So. And this strand is out of place. There we go. Yes. So I probably could get more of these in if I tilted the camera down just a little bit, but I have to take my headphones off and walk around the table everything is on to do that, because again, this is a small attic room. But thank you for stopping by. If you have any questions about, you know, what I'm doing or about yarn or about dyeing or about the business, feel free. I mean, obviously I can't answer everything. I'm not, you know, some, you know-all guru of yarn, but that was a weird way to phrase that. But, you know, I was struggling for words. But I'm happy to answer questions if I can. So feel free to chime in with anything. I'm going to have to look up how to switch between Streamlabs accounts and OBS, because that's a thing that I'm going to have to figure out how to do. Is it purple hairs I need to use still? My favorite craft to do with yarn. I think knitting is my favorite, probably because that's the one I do the most and I know the most about, so it's what I'm most comfortable with. It's also what I default to with yarn. in terms of like if I get yarn, I think, oh, what can I knit with this? Not what can I crochet or what can I weave or whatever. But I do know how to weave and sew, and I spin yarn and all that jazz. So like, but I think in terms of specifically yarn craft, I think knitting is my favorite. Because you can just do so many and there's so much interesting history about it that, I mean, there's interesting history about crochet and spinning and stuff as well. Don't get me wrong there, but I don't know. There's just some very specific knitting traditions that I find fascinating, like the sweaters from the Faroe Islands and Estonian lace and things like that. I just find the history and stuff absolutely fascinating. So I really go for those. So I guess knitting, but I like, but I will do pretty much any craft. If you teach me how to do it, I will happily do, whatever. So even though I had to figure out how to crochet left-handed, because that's the thing. Into sheep, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, but there's, I think, what was it? There was an article earlier this year. They found yarn in a predated Viking. It was in Europe somewhere. They found yarn in a ancient grave, and it's like the oldest yarn that's actually ever been found outside of Egypt. Because they found linen in Egypt that is thousands and thousands of years old. But this was a bit of animal fiber yarn. I'll specify animal fiber, not plant fiber. This was a bit of animal fiber yarn that was found in a grave in northern Europe somewhere. I'm forgetting where. I saw the article and I was like, yes, this is amazing. But I can't think of where it was now. But yeah, it was like 40,000 years old. Some stupid amount old, but yeah. It's really cool when they find old stuff like that. I find it absolutely fascinating. So this is the part where I actually start making the minis. Now that I've got everything set up, I've got the yarn on the thing, and I've got it. So I pull it through. There's hooks. You know what? I am going to take these headphones off and tilt the camera down just a little bit, because the cord on this isn't long enough to walk around the table. So I'm going to take these off and walk around. But I'm going to tilt the camera down just a little bit so you can see more of the table I'm working on. That's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. So I have the full skeins on this winder, which is not mechanized or anything, and it's just free turning. And then this one here with the big circle on it, this circle, this is the gear, and we have the drive band. So this goes around a certain number of times, and I count the number of wraps to make the minis. And then, so the yarn goes from here. You can see the strands here. And they go to this, which has, if I tilt it up far enough, you can see that there is some hooks here, some eyelets that the yarn goes through, and that guides them onto this winder so that as it goes around, the strands all line up at the same spot. So I have to count the number of strands, the number of times it goes around for each mini. So I won't be talking while I do that, but I'm happy to answer questions in between and all of that jazz. So let's get started. Pretty sure that was the correct number of turns. I haven't done the space in a while. Let me double check. Because I need to know, I need to do the correct number of turns because that's a thing that, should be... What? Oh, right. I'm not in the right spot in that drive. Of course I'm not. Haha. Because of course I'm not. There we go. Folders. Thank you. Where's my list? There we go. I have a list. I have a doc. That's all the mini counts. Yes, I know it's in dark mode. That's fine. Okay. I now know my wrap count, and I am good. So I actually went one wrap too many, so I will take that back. There we go. All right. So now I tie the minis off. Now there are actually 4 colors on here. I know it might not look like that, It might look like that on camera. It's a little hard because of the angle I've put everything at, but I figured you guys would want to see the winders going, and so I have the head on, and then I have over here, I have a top down, so as I start putting minis on the table, you will see the minis. You'll see the minis on the table. So, I don't think that's the right color. I think I got a color that was wrong. I'm going to ask my boss a question because that's a thing that I need to do. Because I'm not remembering the color of a set of minis I have hanging up on the door over there. Mockingjay. I don't remember if they are Mockingjay or Oceanus or what they are, or Into Darkness. I honestly do not remember what color they are. I just know they're for webs, and so I'm like, what mini set is this? I am not remembering colors right now. So, let's just message my boss and be like, what color are those? Because that's a thing. So I take them off, and so I have the mini here. You can see it's not the size of a full skein, it's just a mini. Right? So I twist it up a certain number of times. And then I have, you can't see it, but on this table I have, it's actually a chopstick, but I have a chopstick taped to the inside of the table so that I can fold the mini in half. And I fix it, and then there you go. Have a mini. The camera's a little wonky, so there we go. So, and I do that for each of the individual colors. Twist it up, fold it in half, futz with it to make it look nice, and then there you go. And I've lined those up separately because they are in fact different colors. I just realized I need a light like over here, like on where the table is. So I just realized that side of the table is dark. I don't know if you can see that they're actually different shades. You can't quite tell on the screen. Yeah, it's hard. I'm going to grab that extra light real quick because I have one very close nearby. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's see, I should probably actually put it on something that's a little taller, but for now, I think that'll be okay at least. Gives it some more light. Yeah, that should be on something that's a little bit higher up. What can I put it on? Ooh, I have a box. I have a box. It happens to be full of yarn, but it's a box. I'll put the box there, and then do that. Haha. That should help. Yay, lighting! Hopefully that makes things a little bit better. So I'm going to get the last color off of here, and then I can do this all again. I mean, minus the going and getting a light thing, because, don't need to go get another light. But if I sound okay, yeah, I think I sound okay. That's, alright, I'm just fiddling with my mic a little bit. I'm trying to get, this first stream is as much of a will people watch as it is, okay, let's make sure my mic levels are good, the lighting levels are good, all of that stuff. So it's kind of a test, kind of not a test, if you know what I mean. All right, thank you, Penguin, for coming, and thank you for telling me the audio is good. I appreciate it. It's probably because I'm wearing a wired mic, but thank you. If I'm still here when you come back, great. Don't know how long I'll actually be at this today, but we'll see. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And thank you for the follow. All right, updated the stream information again, just for some clarity. I feel like I should have, like, you know, a movie or something on so you guys can watch while I do this, but at the same time, like, then you guys couldn't, then I couldn't post this to YouTube, because my boss and I talked about this, and we're going to be posting these to YouTube, so. Hi! How you doing? Welcome to my attic. Do have some background music playing so that if I'm not talking, it's at least not completely silent. Well, I call it my attic because it is technically a finished attic. Like, this is not a full height second story. You know, like, because, like, the ceiling's, like, right here. But, it is kind of another AHR office because I have the winders here. I have the table. I have, you know, all the minis. I have a huge, this is my personal yarn stash behind me, but yeah. So, it is basically like a secondary AHR office at this point. What you can't see is the desk that I put in this room, which is not that big, but it's bigger than my old desk because I needed a bigger desk. I really did. It was also totally 100% worth it to run an Ethernet cord all the way up here from where we keep the modem, because the modem is on the exact other side of the house from here. And so the Wi-Fi signal's not great on this end of the house. But by running a cable, I fixed that problem. You know, when I actually started twisting up the minis and not just winding them after you stopped doing them, right? Because like for quarantine and stuff, I actually took apart one of the ones you did, counted how many turns you did, and that's how many I've been doing. Like how many times you twisted it. Yeah, yeah, that's why I did the wire was because we could get a repeater. We actually have um, an old router that we could use as a repeater, but I figure if I got like the Cat 7 level cable and ran it up here, then for streaming and stuff, it would be even more stable because wireless is not the best thing to stream on. Um, so I just um, I just ran an Ethernet cable. It was easier, you know. And the Ethernet cable was only like 25, $30, so not that bad. And it's like 100 foot or two, so. Oh, you used to argue with her, what, about the turns and the minis? Well, I've been doing the number that I got from one of yours, so I think it's 14? Yeah. So yeah, for the streaming, a cable was the best solution. I agree. Oh, I guess I got the number correct. I probably twist them a little differently than you do, but at least I'm using the same number of twists. Yeah, I've been consistent with all of these. I've even gotten better at braiding the Yaksha minis together. I know that it says that these are Yaksha, and they are Yaksha, but these are going to web, so they're not getting braided. Because webs doesn't get the braided minis; they just get the twisted minis. I don't know which way I twist. Let's see. When I twist it and then I hold up the mini, everything's leaning right. So I don't know if that's the same direction as you twist or not, but everything's leaning to the right. So I just realized how like not level that is and how off kilter I am. Okay, I am going to fix that. All right, hopefully that's better. Better-ish. It's not great. I have to. The problem is that the camera's actually mounted upside down to the thing that's holding it to my ceiling. So like, if I turn it one way, I have to turn it the opposite of the way I think it is to level it out because it's upside down. So that's the thing. Should make skinny meats. I mean, yeah, they're kind of skinny. They're not quite as fat as the Iacos ones, but not too bad. We'll see what set I do after this. Not quite sure. I have a few. I have another one for webs, but I didn't remember what color it was. Like, is it into darkness? I think it might be into darkness. But I don't know if it's into darkness or Mockingjay, so I'm just like, Becca, which is it? I messaged her. I'm waiting for her reply. Yeah, well, I mean, it was either I wind them all at my house and bring the unwound minis to your and Becca's house, and then somebody there has to twist them up, or I can just do everything. I have a printer. I can print labels. I have a paper cutter. I can cut labels. So Becca got me the label paper. She sent a box to me, and then I've just been printing, and she got me the stickers, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, it technically takes me longer to do a set now because I am doing the twisting. If I wasn't twisting, I could actually go through a set a lot faster. But you know, if I twist them up as I go, it means they're done. So. And with me doing them at my house, it means that when I bring them to Becca's, I can just hand her a bag and go, okay, here's completed minis ready to go in a shipping bag to go to a customer. So. How's my stream quality doing? Let's see, frames. I haven't dropped any frames. Yeah, I figured it was a good way to do it, you know? That way, it's one less thing for her to worry about and all the craziness that's going on, you know? So. It says there are 3 viewers, but you're the only one typing in chat. But it says I have 3 viewers, so if you're watching and you want to chime in and say hi, feel free. I did put on social media that I was going to be streaming, though I only gave like 5 minutes notice. Though I had a 10-minute countdown before I started, like, you know, talking, so I don't know. We'll see. This is our first stream. You know, obviously, probably not going to be a lot of people here at first, so we'll definitely probably get more people as time goes on. But I figured, you know, why not do a stream? I set everything up yesterday, so why not? I feel like I should be wearing my AHR shirt and not my Fiber World shirt, but the Fiber World shirt was what I happened to put on this morning, and I didn't change before I decided to do the stream, so. It is what it is. But at least I have a good stable connection, and it's going out to Twitch all right, so that's a good thing. You know, OBS says I've dropped less than like 30, I've dropped 29 frames this entire time, and I've been live for like 44 minutes, so that's not bad. You guys want to have to print more? Well, no, I don't need to print more Yaksha labels, because I don't think I have another Yaksha set. No, this is the only Yaksha set I got, so. so I actually don't need to print more. Woohoo. Ha, there we go. Got this one just right. No leftovers. Though sometimes there are leftovers, but this time there aren't any. Oh, if you're on the phone, yeah, if you're on a phone. I mean, at least Twitch accounts are free. They don't cost anything, you know. I got the idea actually from Poly Studios because they stream to Twitch. So I was like, hey, why don't we like do stuff on Twitch? Because it's not like we're going to shows and seeing people in person. So this is a way for people to see stuff. Yeah, I figured I'd have a camera showing the table where I'm putting the minis, so you could see, you know, as I did the colors, you know, you could see them. And I decided to put like the name of the color and the name of the yarn base on screen so that, you know, people would know what I was working on. And I didn't have to, and I wouldn't have to repeat myself ad infinitum. There are a couple of things I need to do, like a couple tech things I realized, like after I started, that there's more stuff on my computer and switching between accounts, because now I have 2 Twitch accounts, my personal and this one, so. Well, I'm not sure the popularity is doubled. I think just more people are checking it out, because I might have posted that I was going live in a Discord server called Stitchcord, where I have a lot of people who like AHR yarn, so people are tuning in. Right. That is it for those 4. Let me just check something real quick. No response yet. Okay, back to OBS. There we go. All right. Now I need to do next thing. Next 3. Actually, I'm going to do the smart thing and put the rings back on here so I don't lose them. Because it would just be like one of my cats to run off with a ring. Because they totally would. Somebody would run off with a ring. So this is the gradient. This is the Namarita gradient on Yaksha. So yeah, sometimes it's really hard to tell, like if it's a gradient or all the same color, especially because the last 3 on this one are really close together. But if I lay this one, which is the last one of the gradient, over top of these, you should be able to see the color difference. Right? Like you can see how this is lighter than this, so it's a gradient from this one to this one. So I'm doing the darker one second. But this is a Namarita gradient. This is for webs. Yeah, I was trying to light that end of the table better. There's a shadow there that I'm not happy about. But, like, I can't really... There's one window in this room, right? And I got a light bar from Becca, but if I do that, it might help. I don't know, it's hard. Lighting this room is really hard because it's a very low attic ceiling. But yeah, it is hard to tell sometimes what's a gradient and what isn't, so... But these are 100% totally a gradient. I keep hitting the cat ears on the ceiling and startling myself. This is a problem. The distinction really shows. Maybe shine. I actually do have a light shining on the table. Let me see if I can't put something under it to make it higher so that it can shine more down on the table. What can I put there? I already put a box there that I had. What else can I put there? Oh, I think I know, but I have to take the headphones off, so I will be back momentarily. I don't know if that looks better or not. I have a light shining on the table now. To see if I turn it off, you can actually see the difference. I don't know if it helps or it doesn't help. Like, I honestly can't tell if it's good or bad. Oh, it's hard. I think that's a little better. But I also tried adjusting the camera a little bit, but that's not helping that much either. Because of course it isn't. Come on, let me click the thing. Thank you. That's better-ish, just a little bit. Yeah, it's, I like the cat ears. The problem is that they add a couple of inches to my head. And so, like, I'm normally okay in here without hitting, but because the cat ears hit further forward on this low ceiling that I'm used to, I keep, like, startling myself by having them, like, whack the ceiling. Which probably sounds like a very odd statement. Like, if you were just listening to the audio of this and heard that out of context, you'd probably be like, wait, what? But yeah. But, like, they're really good headphones, and they're why my audio sounds so good, because I have the boom mic in front of my mouth, so you're not hearing the AC noise. Because there's an AC. Like, you can actually kind of see it on camera right here. It's right there on the edge, so. But if without the AC, it would be 100 degrees up here. So, I'm not turning off the AC. Because my house has no overhanging trees for shade. So it sits in the sun all day. So even though it's not a terribly hot day out today, like it's only like 71 here, I still need the AC running up here because otherwise it would get way, way too hot. Because there's only 2 windows in this finished attic. Why did my music stop playing? Music, why did you stop? Yes, I am still watching. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm using a royalty-free playlist. Yeah, it could be the yak. Let me grab one of the other sets real quick and see if that looks better on the camera. So these are the other sets I have hanging around here. We changed the name of what we were going to call the space. We're now going to call this one Orania? Orania? Something like that. It's a Greek name that I am not good at pronouncing. You can see that variation. Yeah, it could just be the Yaksha. Could be the Yaksha. Because Yaksha is just, it's darker. So it's probably the Yaksha. As I whack my ears again on the thing. This one's a darker color, but I think it's the yak, because I think you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see that variation, so. I'm going to blame the yak. I am definitely 100% going to blame the yak. Whoop. Don't fall, you stupid urine. There we go. Put it behind me so I can grab it without having to take the headphones off again. See, good headset. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I'm glad you can't hear the AC because it's kind of been droning up here for hours because it's an AC and it makes noise. It's one of the floor unit ones because we can't put a AC in the window. The window's not tall enough. We tried. Tried to put a window unit up here. Doesn't fit. Too small a window. But yeah, Yaksha is dark, unfortunately. You know, I mean, it makes some really gorgeous colors, like totally, like what great colors, but it does dye very dark. Even lighter colors dye dark on it, so like, you know. I always tell people at shows that like Apollo's the perfect example of that, because it's such a bright yellow on the merino, and then you put it on the yak and it turns into like this bronze color, and you're just like, wait, that's the same dye recipe? And it's like, yep, same dye recipe. Yeah, so I figure it's the yak. I'm totally going to blame the yak. That has been my decision. It's the fact that it's Yaksha. Yaksha's great and all, but apparently it doesn't like being seen on camera. I just realized I need to message someone. There we go. Message sent. Back to Twitch, because being able to see chat is good. Okay. Oh, there we go. As long as my fingers don't get caught. It's always a chance. Oh, I just realized I should turn something on. I forgot a setting. Not that it's going to affect what you guys are hearing, but it's going to affect what I'm hearing, which is what I want. So basically want to be able to monitor my mic so that I can hear myself, because that's a thing. Because then, you know, I know what my mic quality is. You get used to hearing yourself after a while. I kind of want to put another light, like, off camera, but on that side of the room. Oh, I just bit my tongue. Oh, not fun. But yeah, I kind of want to put another one of, like, the really bright lights, like, off camera, just over there, because, like, that side of the room is really dark now. I'll nail it down, you know, over time. This is the first time I'm streaming from up here and not from, like, you know, my kitchen or something, because I finally moved this table and these winders out of my kitchen. My poor husband, he's such a good sport about this. Like, he just let me take over, like, half the kitchen for the winders. Which he totally didn't have to do, you know, like, he could have just, you know, he could have just let me just do the thing, but, yeah, no, he actually, put up with, you know, everything being in the kitchen. There we go. Got some notes about some things and how to do this better next time, but you know, first stream and all that, so you will see. There's also, like, I know you can't hear it on the mic, but there's a creak, like, right under where this foot is, like, in the floor. And every time I shift my weight at all, it creaks. I actually have one of those. It's over by the window, though, because I need it for, like, lighting that half of the room when it gets dark. It's one of those, like, 5 lamp things. You know, it's one of these. But I have it over here because when... Okay, I was making sure it didn't fall over. Because when it gets dark out, I lose the natural light coming in the window. Unfortunately, like, if the light is taller than me, it won't really fit up here. I actually have a light in the other room I could bring in here, but I don't want to have to go moving that right now. I have lights in this house. It's just, you know, do I want another bar? Like, because Becca, when I was over on Wednesday, gave me one of the like bars that she's got lighting the yarn racks downstairs. So do I want to put another one like that up here, or do I want to do something else, you know? Yeah, it was actually Kevin's lamp before. Yeah, we got a couple lamps around here. I could put something else over in that corner, like to light that half of the room. I just haven't figured out what yet. Also, if I could replace the bulb in the light I have over the table right now, I could probably get that brighter, but yeah. No, it's fine. Thank you. And I just got a text from my husband. I asked him to message me when he gets home, because normally he just comes and finds me, but it's like, I'm not sure he wants to walk onto stream, so I'm like, hey, text me when you get home, so that I can either, like, take a break, like, you know, go BRB for a moment, and then come back, or whatever, you know, but it's like, because yesterday he just came up here and said hi, and it's like, well, if I'd been in the middle of a stream, he would have just walked right on the camera, so... Wait, you can't hear the music. What? You should be able to hear the music. I have it playing in the background. OBS should be feeding it to Twitch. What? What? What's going on? Advanced. Okay, monitor off, but it is outputting. It is outputting. Maybe if I turn it up a little bit. Let me know if you can hear the music now, because there is actually music playing, so that when I'm not talking, it isn't just dead air. Because I got into that habit when I did radio in college, so I'm into the habit of not having dead air, like if I'm doing a recording or a video or something, so. Of course, the song has to end just now. I mean, I'm going to at least finish this set, and I'll probably do one other set, and then I'll probably just do 2 sets today. This set and one other set. You know, I'm past the halfway point in this one, so I'll probably do one more and then get off. But let's see. I turn this up a little bit. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear something in the background now. Because I do have music playing, and it should be going through to OBS. to turn it up just a smidge again. I know that like me talking is definitely talking over it, but it's more for when I stop talking is when I like having it. Because being in radio, I was just trained to like not have dead air all the time, so. Hello, Looney Loomworks. Thank you for the follow. Or coming to visit, or whatever you're doing. I just got a notification that says Looney Loomworks, Boogie's on down. It's like, well, hello then. Thank you for joining me. Little wispies of hair all over the place. Wildly different colors, so I think I'll do Pixie Surfer after I do this one. It's also the one on top of the pile I made behind me, so. I think I'll be by on Monday, and I'll actually be by tomorrow too, because we're doing a Zoom with the Flying Needles, who's the trunk show we mailed off last week. So we'll definitely be there tomorrow, and then I'll probably be there at least once next week. So yeah, maybe I'll see you in real life soon. No, it says it doesn't have audio notifications. Why am I getting a thing then? I thought I muted Windows sounds.
You'd be coming back today, but you didn't. Oh,
Yeah. Okay. No, system sounds got unmuted. That would be why. I thought I muted system sounds. I had not. Sorry about that, y'all. There we go. That should be better. System sounds are now muted. I need to set up different profiles in OBS. I think that's what it is. Not 100% sure though. I'll also look into it once I get off stream, but I'm gonna do one more set and then I'll be done with the stream for today at least.
yeah, you told me the other day you'd be coming back today, but you didn't. Oh, there's much that I can do. Really far being us two, and I miss you, baby. Show me the way I can be with you. You and her, I know I saw you. Breaks my heart, but what can I do? It is life, I know I lost you for good.
Whoop, missed the strand. There we go. I just heard noise and I'm pretty sure it was the cat. But I don't see a cat. But I'm pretty sure it was a cat. So I need to hang these leftovers up, but I also need to grab the labels I printed. So gotta go off camera again for just a moment. I have these stickers that we print out. The yarn labels. So colorway labels at least. And then we have these labels here that we do. We actually hold them up to this camera. So you can see. These are our labels. Oh, hello. Where are they? There we go. Alright, there we go. So these are yak chimneys. These are merino yak and nylon is the blend. Sorry, that was super wavy camera land, but I'm kind of doing it sideways and backwards from this perspective. That camera's not. It's kind of mounted upside down. This camera's kind of mounted upside down, but it's not. It is, but it isn't. So it's really weird. But I will get used to it over time. I'll figure it out over time. The one that I'm looking at is literally non-functioning application. I bought some brackets, you know, like what they use for like security cameras, like those kinds of brackets. Yeah. The camera's mounted upside down, and in OBS I had to flip the camera 180 degrees, like a rotate it. Which I'm not a good thing you can do in OBS. It allows those cameras to rotate 180 degrees. So that even though the feed is coming into OBS upside down, OBS is turning it right side up. Of course, I don't know if that actually transforms it for all versions of this camera in OBS, or if it's just for this particular theme thing in OBS. I'm not actually sure. Probably looked into that, you know, because that's the thing. I have, how many searches? I mean, I got 7 elements on screen right now, so, you know, something's probably not right there. Because I never said I was good at this. I just happen to know how to do some of it. So I realize that this thing is pretty much in front of my face, but you guys are here to see the yarn, not here to see me, so that's great. Pretty sure the yarn is more interesting than I am. Now what I do is I take one each color medium. And then we use the skein band and the sticker as the way to hold them together. And ta-da! There's our little bundle of minis. Where do I want to put these? That's the question. Where do I want to stack them? Somewhere out of the way, out of my way. Right. Actually, no, they're not off camera. I think I said Nitty Cat first, but then I saw the second Y there. So I said Nitty Katie. So if that's correct, then I got it right. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. My personal username is pretty much the same everywhere if I can get it, so I go by Sarah Nova everywhere. It's a stupid, like, anime dweeb reason I have it. I have that username, but I like it and it's kind of become my online name, so I just go with it. That's what I use. That's what I use myself. But this is 100 Ravens. This is not my personal account. This is the business account. So I'm not going to talk about my own account because that is not the best idea. I'm working right now. Technically. Oh yeah. I got lucky. I managed to get for my personal account, I managed to get the username I use pretty much everywhere except for Instagram. And I'm still peeved about the Instagram thing, but change that up. So. It's okay. Okay, well, that works. That's not bad. I can see how that could be spelled Kufan, so no big deal. Not a problem. Can't tell you how many ways I've seen Jessica spelled. I've seen it spelled K's, C, and like weird C's or CK. I don't know. Like it's Jessica. It's just spelled the same way you always spell it. It's Jessica, right? Yeah, Ravelry and pretty much everything for me is Sarah Nova, except for Instagram, because that I had to put Sarah Nova Crafts instead because Sarah Nova was taken. Because apparently it's some woman's name in Russia. Did not know that. But yeah, I'm pretty much Sarah Nova everywhere except for Instagram, where I added crafts at the end, so. Not that big of a deal. But I'm that on Ravelry and that, you know. By the way, we do have a Ravelry group. We do have a Ravelry account. You can follow us, friend us, all that jazz, all the social media things if you want. Don't feel like you have to. It's just a thought in my brain that I should say, hey, get me followed. the wrong order. No. Yes. The wrong order. I was not thinking. So I put them on in a certain order so that like I can lay them out nicely, like I do it a certain way or another. So I'm doing I was not paying attention to what I was doing. Which, you know, sometimes it's a bad thing, but talking is not always bad, but in this case, it's just like, dang it. I gotta cut off the ties so you can, you know, not, skeins aren't like loose strands hanging out, you know. I lay them out in a certain order so I can grab them in a certain order. I want gradients, I want them as gradients. So, when I lay them out on the table, I need to have the end first closest to me. So, I know it's weird and stupid and there's no reason. I could have done it, okay? I like doing it a certain way, so that's how I do it. Because I'm that person. This is not like a requirement for winding videos. You do not have to wind them in gradient order. There are people who will wind like wildly different colors at the same time so that they know which ones are which. I just like doing them in color order. It's a personal preference. It's not anything, you know, it's not set in stone how you do this. I just have a personal preference. For how I do it. That is what I do. There we go. Alright, sometimes I do this to myself. It's probably not the best audio. Sometimes getting yarn to behave, pulling teeth. Not that I've ever pulled teeth. I'm not kidding you. What's with that phrase anyway? It's like, maybe it's painful or difficult or I don't know. Like, what is language? What is language? What is up with it? I don't know. No, I'm not gonna get all philosophical on you. Sometimes language just be like that, you know?
Feel
these colors down on the table, you should be able to see better light than the last one, because the last one was really dark, and I definitely think it was the action that was the reason it was so dark. So let's see how this one looks when I put it down. You'll be able to see the color a little better. Okay. Do that later. Of course, I'm getting all the notifications on my phone, you know, because all the notifications. Okay. Do you have any questions for me about, you know, yarn, winding, etc., like yarn-related questions, who we are as a business? I probably should have done a better introduction about who we were as a business, but I have linked our full business description. Not linked, I have put the text of our full business description in the About Us on Twitch, so I kind of figured I didn't need to do that. If you have any questions about the business, about me, about my boss, who's Becca, she's the owner, feel free to ask. Happy to answer what I know, what I can, you know. That certainly looks green. Now, this one looks like a different green. It's not the best link table, unfortunately. Turn that off, does it help? No, not really. Because this, like, over here, it's so dark. I'm gonna move the thingy I have the light on and see if that helps. Like to the corner of the table and then turn it back on if that helps. It helps a little bit, kind of, sort of. I'm getting a shadow here. I think that's from the winder. Not much I can do about that. Yeah, that's from the winder. You can kind of tell it's greenish. I pull this all the way around to this side so that it's actually light on the edge of the table to kind of mitigate that shadow that you get from the winder. That helps. Okay. I think I just needed a light, like a big light on that side of the room, unfortunately, but you know, it is what it is.
First of all, what went through my mind is how
Oh,
stupid
thank
am I
you.
to actually volunteer for this.
I don't know, this one's supposed to be like a white cream, the one I'm putting down now. So that looks blue. Then it's your felt implant. I also just don't have the greatest lighting because I am kind of in my attic. But thank you for coming and seeing us to Stitches Midwest. I have not been to Stitches Midwest on behalf of the company before.
It was
I was going to go
unbelievably
this year,
painful.
but COVID. And then I have, the first time I went to DFW was the first time I went to Texas, and that was at 2018. I didn't go 2019 because I couldn't get time off my day job. But now this is my day job, so I should be able to go next year. So I should be able to go to DFW 2021. So we're excited. That sure looks right for you. Okay. I mean, this one is a very yellow green compared to the darker green of the start of the gradient. So there is a yellow green in there. There is supposed to be a yellow green. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yes, hopefully we are excited
Really
to
flying.
go to shows
Okay.
again in 2021. We're sorry we missed everyone this year, you know, but also just health restrictions and travel and everything got really difficult for a while. And a lot of festivals, even for this later part of the year, was still
And it's so packed in here.
needing stuff to go. Nice. Oh, great. That's great. Yeah. So I might have seen you in the booth then, because I was in the booth at DFW 20. Whoops, hello. You just slipped. Haha, always fun. Almost fall over. Yeah, 2018 was my first year ever west of the Mississippi here in the U.S., though I have traveled international before. I'm not that bad. It was my first time to Texas. We drove.
How are you?
It was 30 hours down, and it took us 28 hours to get back from New Hampshire to Texas and back. But yeah, actually all of the show colorways are still on our website. We still have the DFW colorway. We still have the Stitches colorway. have the New Hampshire sheet metal colorway.
Thank
We
you,
have
yeah.
the Fiber World
Did you,
colorway.
went to the screening of Daisy?
And then we have the
Yeah.
Madison Knitters Guild color
Yeah, I
as
love
well.
that.
That is still actually all up on our site. We'll have all our show colors up here so far. We've left them all up. We did take down our DFW color from last year because we have a new color for this year. But everything's still up. We've been leaving the show colors up because, you know, people who can't come to the shows, you know, it's good for them to be able to get the colors. So that's what we're doing.
All right, yeah.
One correct. Bidding on that one. There we go. There we go.
Thank you. All right, people are letting me sneak through.
Thank you for purchasing. It is appreciated. Oh, Maryland sheep wool. That's another color we still have on the website. Maryland sheep wool. Maryland sheep wool weekend was crazy. That was a huge weekend for us.
Yeah.
Good, but yeah, it was a big weekend. That's the color this first time for everything. We did our DFW color was Highland Blessings. Our Maryland sheep wool was first time for everything.
I hope.
Stitch's color was, I can't remember the name of it. There's so many colors though, I like never remember names.
You're a little
I'm
bit
like,
right
what
now.
is that? What's going on? You know, let's see.
The people in it that there is right now, man. Right now, about, I mean, it's
No, we at
20 feet wide.
you know, not remembering when shows were. Yeah, Stitches United colorway. So like show colorways that we still have on the website are Counting My Blessings, which is DFW, Crochet Blue, which is actually from CGOA. First Time for Everything is Maryland Sheep Wool, Georgia O'Keeffe is the Madison Knitters Guild. Here's Looking at You Kid is Stitches United, Twilight Over the Granite State is New Hampshire Sheep Wool, which was from back in May, and then Virtual Reality was our Fiber World color from last year.
Thank you.
So, if Becca did a Stitches Midwest color, I don't know what it was. I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm really not, but she's the main dyer, she comes up with all of the colorways, or at least the show colorways, and so I honestly, like, wouldn't know what it is, because she has all of that information inside her brain, and I am not psychic. As I knock over my scissors. So, you know. Hey, it looks like I got another viewer. Thank you for watching. Feel free to say hi, ask me any yarn and business, 100 Ravens related questions. I will answer within reason. Of course, I'm not going to give away any trade secrets or anything. Thank you for checking us out. It is appreciated very much. All of our social media info is around me on your screen, so feel free to check us out. May my blessings use me absolute stars. I think our most, we have two pretty big Star Wars ones. One is A Long Time Ago in a Galaxy Far, Far Away, and the other one is General Organa Leia's. Wow, I know her name. Oh my god. That was that. It's General Leia Organa Solo. I know what her name is. those are our two biggest ones, so that's probably one of those two was probably the one you got. But Counting My Blessings is a very nice one. Here's a Video Kid is also good. Absinthe. Absinthe is a little tricky to dye, but it's a gorgeous green. Such a gorgeous green. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, they are similar in tone, you know, even though one's green and one's like a pinkish purple, but tone-wise, they're probably pretty similar, yeah. Well, I'm sure you'll find something gorgeous to do with one of them or both of them. You know, maybe pair the Absinthe with like a brighter green as contrast instead of, you know, a similar green, but that's my thing. Or not immediately, so yeah. Also, a suggestion is we do sell skeins of the bear yarn. We do sell skeins of the undyed yarn, so if you wanted to get like a undyed skein to like put in between them, you could do that. So we do sell them undyed. They're listed under Polar Bear. Well, depending on the base you got. If you got a yak base, they're listed as Brown Bear. If you got a merino or a specialty base, they are listed as Polar Bear. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away takes 2 days to dye. Because what we do is we give it a bath in the we let it sit overnight in the black to get the really dark black in it. Then we dye it in blue, and then we let it sit overnight in the blue as well to get like the deeper parts of the blue in that. That one takes 2 days. Yeah, I mean, if you like Taiki, I'm not a single ply fan myself, but I have seen some gorgeous things made out of Taiki. Hados is really versatile because it's got that nylon in it. It's a 75-25 merino nylon. Taiki's just the 100% merino, but they are all superwash. So I mean, at least even though it's a single Taiki, single ply, it's still superwash. So that's something, you know. Alright. Did YouTube pause itself again because I'm in a playlist? Probably. Because it keeps being like, hey, are you still listening? And it's like, yes, I'm still listening. Just keep playing the music, thank you. Whoop. Oh, what? That goes there. I actually need to step away for a moment, so I'll be back. So I'm just gonna put up a Be Right Back screen, and I'll leave the music playing, but I think I need to add the music to the Be Right Back screen. But I'll be back soon, I promise. Well, I lost the chat on screen, but it was there before this, so it is what it is. Sorry about that, y'all, but you live, you learn, you figure stuff out. OBS eventually stops being a pain in the butt. Hi, Confetti. Confetti. Yes, warning, all of our fibers come from pet-friendly homes. Because both Becca and I have pets. I have 2 kitties. This is Confetti. This is one of them. Say hi, Confetti. Say hi. Yeah? You want down? You want down? You being cute? You being good kitty? You want down? Okay, yeah, you want down. There you go. Yeah. You silly kitty. You a silly kitty. Meow. Trust me, she's a silly kitty. Nice. What kind of cocktail do you have? I myself grabbed a drink when I was downstairs. I got a hard cider. It's basically 6 o'clock where I am, so. Cocktails are fun. We have a whole bunch of colors named after cocktails, actually. We have like Mai Tai and Margarita and Sangria and what is it? Manhattan, Singapore Sling. Got a whole bunch of colors named after because we do yearly themes for yarn colors, and we did happy hour a few years back. Oh, cockatiel. Oh my goodness. I read that wrong. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. I could not read apparently. Reading comprehension is the thing. I even have my glasses on. Cockatiel. It says cocktail. I don't know why. Cockatiel, yeah. I like birds. I'm not a huge bird fan, but I don't mind birds, right? Like I don't hate them. I still love them. My husband does not like them, and my mom is not a fan, but I don't mind birds. Wow. Right, this cat. Talking about my cat, and these two guys talking about, wow, I read that as cocktail. I am so stupid. Wow. Not stupid, but you know, it's actually been a long day. I've been up since like 6 a.m. I've been up for 12 hours already, actually, because it's 6 o'clock here. My husband's alarm goes off at 6 a.m., so I actually have been up for 12 hours already. And I've been staring at screens like all day. Like I was doing yarn photo edits for the website, and I was just doing a whole lot of like website update stuff today, and I was doing photo edits like on my computer, like in Lightroom and Photoshop and stuff. Yeah, the cats still get annoyed that I'm home. My husband has not been able to work from home through any of this because he is not allowed to bring the industrial laser home. So he has had to go into work through all of this, but I've been working at home since the beginning of March. End of February, I think, actually. It's been a while. It's been like 6 months. And they still are annoyed that I'm home because I don't leave them alone. If I see a cat, I'll like bother the cat, and they're just like, no, stop. Then, of course, all this week I've been rearranging this room and the upstairs as a whole because I set up this room to the office, to do the live streams from here, all of that stuff. And so I've been moving things. My cat, one of our cats, has just been like not happy about it. I think sometimes the cats try to forget I'm home. Oh, okay, the music didn't cut off. I thought it did. It sounded like it had for a moment, and I was like, no. There we go. Come on. Sorry, there's a setting I gotta fiddle with for a moment there. There we go. Come on, there we go. Okay, I didn't. Ugh. I clicked one checkbox and all of a sudden everything's flashing at me. It's like, stop, please. Oh, looks like I got a couple more viewers. Hello, thank you for joining. I am doing mini winding for 100 Ravens. My name is Jessica. Feel free to ask me any yarn-related questions you may have. I realized something that I need to fix for stream elements because that's a thing. But anyways. Oh, now I realize, now you can see the light that is on the side of the table. I just realized you can see that over there. It's over here. Oh, that's just lovely. Because of course you can. Because of course I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I moved it onto camera. Not what I wanted to do, but... Could be worse. Thank you to new people who came in to watch. I said if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We figured we'd start this channel so that we could, in fact, interact with our fans and get to talk to you and answer your questions and stuff like that. It's a way for you to see what we do for work as well. So we do to keep this business running. I know mini winding isn't everyone's thing, but it certainly can be interesting. Oh, and back down to one person. Oh well. Well, I guess whoever came in didn't want to stick around. It happens.
I want to escape this crazy life. Yeah. Let me go this way, today is my day. God is taking place tonight. Let's all dance and make it shine. Let's all dance and make it shine. God is taking place tonight. Let's all dance and make it shine. God is taking place tonight. Let's all dance and make you
orient these in a certain way when we do the blinding. So we orient properly so that I can in fact
Let me go this way, today is my day. God is taking place tonight. Let's all dance and make it shine. Let's all dance and make it shine.
This is an interesting playlist of music, that's for certain. I found a, royalty-free, copyright-free, whatever, music playlist on YouTube so that, wouldn't get copyright strike or anything. It's like, oh, hey, okay then. I'm keeping it kind of low in the background, but just so that there isn't, dead air while I stop talking. Which happens every time I use a count, I stop talking. So many notifications. Why? Just checking in case I missed anything. Much bigger screen clubs here. Yes, multitasking is always good. When I am sitting at the computer and I'm not using the computer to stream, I have it hooked up to not only an external monitor, but a drawing monitor as well with a pen. So that, because that's how I do like all the photo editing and stuff for the website is on that drawing monitor. Best money spent ever. I haven't had one of those in years. And the one I'd had when I was young didn't have the screen on it, so like you had to draw looking at the screen or move the thing looking at the screen. But now I can look at the thing and actually move the pen, and it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. But yeah, I have my laptop. I have a 17-inch laptop. I have a 23-inch. This is a 25-inch external monitor that I hook up to, and then I have a 13-inch drawing monitor. So I multitask up basically. I am like constantly multitasking. Because I want to be able to take my laptop with me when I actually go into work, because when I go to Becca's house, which is the home base for 100 Ravens, I want to be able to bring my computer with me so that if I need to do anything while I'm there, I can do it. So that's why when I replaced my computer back in May, I ordered a laptop instead of a desktop. Even though a desktop, for the stuff I do and the power requirements I have in terms of like processor and RAM and stuff, would be better off with the desktop, I still got a laptop because with me. Yeah, I have so many browser tabs. Like, when I was doing some setup for Fiverr before that happened back in August, I had to make edits to like 50 some odd pages. And so what I did was, because I have the RAM to do it, I just opened all of the things I had to edit at once. And then I went through and made all the changes, and I would just update the thing and then close the tab as I went. So. Well, 100 Ravens, and this is nothing against Becca, do not take this the wrong way. She has not provided me with a laptop for work, which is completely understandable. Small business, on a budget, so I had been saving up to buy a laptop of my own. And at the time when I bought the laptop, I was still working my desktop, and so back earlier in the spring. And so, yeah, I totally, like, if I didn't have to take it with me, and I wasn't using it for work because I'm not, now with Andreas, I'm not provided a computer for work. If I wasn't using it for work, I might have gotten a desktop, because last job I worked was a small religious organization of less than 10 full-time employees. And also I worked for 100 radio departments, both of which are small businesses, so I am not provided. Well, the desk job did provide me with a laptop, but it was not a terribly good one, and I actually didn't like it at all. I hated it, so I almost never used it. Yeah, I mean, if I worked for a big multinational engineering company, then yeah, I wouldn't worry about it either way. I don't. So I bought something that I could use for both work and personal when I bought my most recent one. But yeah, I mean, if I didn't need that, if I didn't need it to be portable and be able to take it with me, then yeah, I might have gotten a desktop. But I've had laptops since high school, and I got my first laptop in 2004. It was a Toshiba. And I've had laptops ever since. That sounds like a lot of moving. 4 teams over 3 states. Yowza. Yeah, that's no fun. I live like half an hour from Becca, so if I do go in, I drive to her house from my house, kind of thing. We both live in New Hampshire, which is not a terribly large state. It's not. I think our entire population is like 1.3 million people or something. It's not a big place. Where in the Central Mass were you, just out of curiosity? Because I got an uncle that lives in Sturbridge. Hey, Worcester, yeah. I said that really Boston-y. Wow, it's Worcester, not Worcester. Wait, well, Worcester if you got a Boston accent. But yeah, I'm familiar with that. I drove through that a few weeks ago to go somewhere. It's on 290. Right through. Bible Festival of New England is in Springfield, Mass. That's apparently gone online for November. I'm down. Actually, probably closer to 2.5 because I'm not quite on the Mass line. On my New So close enough for me. I bet if you can visit the big site. When I worked at the tea shop in the Los Angeles retail, we used to find out everything. Oh, no, I didn't turn the music down. I was fiddling with the volume level earlier. And yeah, so the music had been so quiet you couldn't hear it, and then I turned it up, and I guess I turned it up a tad too much, so I'm sorry about that. If you can still kind of hear it in the background right now, because I turned it down, that's what I was going for. So just give me a better, not better, if you can't hear it at all, update, if you don't mind telling me. It's good in the background now. Okay, I will remember that. I will do my best to remember that. Or what level it's at. I think I turned down YouTube itself, though, so that might be a problem. I'm going to do a quick experiment. I'm going to turn it down even farther, and then... Oh yeah, sound does. Okay, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more just for a moment so that I can rebalance YouTube. Because that's a thing, and then... Alright, that's kind of getting to the same level it was. So that's minus 19 decibels. I will have to keep that in mind. Minus 19 decibels for the computer. Yeah, I can see how, like, you switching to your computer. Yeah. So, but I have now rebalanced kind of back to where it was, hopefully. So hopefully it's still okay. I basically, because, like, if I want to watch YouTube later, I don't want it to be, you know, too quiet. So I turned YouTube back up to, like, normal and then turned OBS down a little bit to balance it. Alright, good to know. Minus 19 decibels it is for desktop audio. Working college radio, like, trained me to not like dead air, so like, that's why I have the background music going in case I stop talking. Especially because I have to stop talking to count, because I can't talk and count at the same time. Because it's a specific number of wraps for the different yarn bases, so... That's how I know how big to make them, is the number of turns on the winder. Also a specific number of turns to make a mini. Get them all looking nice and neat like that. Minis, and then I think I'm going to call it for today. You know, 2.5, 2.75 hours. That's not bad for a first stream on the channel. Wonder what this looks like when people are scrolling Twitch. Like, you know, like, wait, what is that person doing? What are those things in front of her? Like, what is going on, right? You know, I'm pretty sure some people have just poked in for a minute just to see what I'm doing, because this probably looks really weird to somebody who doesn't know what it is. You know, like, it probably just looks really, really odd. Somebody who has no idea, like, what winding minis and, you know, yarn winding and all that stuff is. Yes, there is. I have, well, it's not quite, so I have two things on this winder here, that, I have one thing that makes noise as the winder goes around so I can count the clicks, and then there's a strip of Velcro on this arm here. You can see how this arm is black on the inside compared to, like, this one, and this one, and this one that aren't. So this is actually Velcro here that I stick the end of this strand of yarn to, so that I can get it to start going around. You know, and I usually end up cutting off the bit that was stuck to the Velcro, so it usually, you know, you don't get a little bit of thing. Yeah, I can see how it would be hard to see, you know, unless I pointed out, but yeah, there's Velcro here compared to the other arms. And this one doesn't have anything like that on it because it's just got the skeins all the way around. So, but yeah, I stick it to the Velcro. I usually press it in with my thumb so that it'll stick and start winding. Yeah, I have, personally, for, like, if I'm gonna wind, like, a cake of yarn or a ball of yarn, I have a umbrella swift that I use, just similar to what you have. It's just a different style, you know? Round pegs and, yeah. There's different styles of swift. This one's we specifically bought because it's the upright, and I can put more than one skein on here, and I can wind multiple skeins at a time. We do 4 at a time, but, you know. Or, you know, I do 3 or 4 depending on if, you know, I'm winding a single set or a double set. So when I say single set, I mean 7 skeins, 1 of each color. When I say double set, I mean 14 skeins, 2 skeins of each color. So instead of having 4 different colors on here, I'll have 2 skeins of one color and 2 skeins of the second color in the gradient. So I have this ball winder that is all metal. It's like metal gears, metal stand, everything. I bought it for like $70 or $75 online on Amazon. And I've had this thing for like 9 years now, and it's great. Those Knit Picks ones, I burned through a couple of those in the first year I was knitting. I burned through like 2, and I'm just like, I cannot spend 20 bucks every 6 months for a ball winder. So I spent the good money once, and I still have the thing, and it works great. Whoop, hello. No, bad skein. Stop falling apart. No, bad yarn. Bad yarn. Stop it. Stop slipping off my fingers. You're being difficult. Stop it. There we go. Okay. No, that's not okay. And it came untied, because of course it did. Okay, well that one I'll have to fix, but let me put the other one, pull the other one off, and then I'll fix that one. And the big one that I have will hold up to like 10 ounces, so it'll hold like some pretty big skeins if I get them. So, I now need to fix this, which is just lovely. This thing, you know, sometimes this is what happens, you know, something goes wrong, and it's not the end of the world, it's never the end of the world, but it's more just annoying than anything to have to deal with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unwind this by hand basically onto the floor so that it's not tangled. because it's actually too small around to fit onto this Swift, so. And then I'll just put it back on the motorized winder and turn it to get it back the way it's supposed to be. So basically I just didn't tie the ends tight enough, and because that happens sometimes, I just didn't tie a good enough knot. And so I need to redo it. Oh, yeah, the one I have has to be clamped to a table or a desk or something. Yeah, I always have to clamp my stuff. I mean, hey, if you still like the Nipix one, it's still going well, you know, go for it. Keep using it, you know? I just didn't have, personally, I didn't have great luck with them, but I know people who still have them that they've had them for years. So, you know, it all comes down to luck and how you use it and all that jazz, so. Alright, so let me get these out of here. So I have got... I have that, this. Okay. Whoop. Every time I hit the cat ears on the ceiling, I startle myself. It's this little thing. Probably got the anti-lemon one. Yeah, quite possibly. Who knows? So I'm just gonna hold this now to tension it so that I can rewind it up. And I'm not counting this time because I know how long it is because I've already cut it to length. I'm just turning it back into a mini because, you know, it kind of came unminied by accident, so. I wound it too tight, and I don't want to cut off more because, you know, I don't want it to be. So I'll do this. I'll just rewind it, serve. There we go. That's better. That lines it up pretty much perfectly. Woohoo! Fixed. It is quite possible you got the anti-lemon one, but who knows? There we go. Tuck it in the slightly longer ends, and there we go. Woohoo! Wound! Yay! Right. I'm gonna label these, and then that'll be it for today. I could probably look up how much I knit in a year. It probably varies so much though for me because like I just I'll get a really bad project ADD, so like I'll start like 20 or 30 projects a year, but I won't all finish them in the same year I start them in, so like, you know. I think my oldest current whip in Ravelry is from 2017, I think, yeah. So I don't actually know how much I knit every year. That'd be interesting to look up, see that statistic. My averages. I know I can like pull the, you know, database download from Ravelry and check. You know, I just haven't thought to do it. Yeah, I pretty much tracked everything in Ravelry since I picked up knitting again. Back in 2011 when I really started doing this again, because I learned as a child, you know, as a young child, and then I hadn't done it for a very long time. So. Yes, I weigh too. Yes, I got a scale and I weigh the skeins both before and after it's done, because the skeins, I can tell you right now, our skeins, like our Iako space, which is the one I was just winding, we say they are 100 grams, but they're usually closer to 105. So I always weigh before I use a skein, and I jot down that starting weight. and then I jot down the weight at the end when I'm done. Because that gives you like the true yardage, you know? So. I didn't buy like a dedicated yarn scale. I just bought like a 100 gram, well, 200 gram like kitchen scale, you know, for like $12 on Amazon. That got me questioned at the Canadian border when I was coming back into the US on my first trip to Canada because I got pulled for a random search. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I pull up to the guy to come back into the US. He's like, it's your lucky day. You've been selected for a random search. I'm just like, are you kidding me? And of course, I had to leave everything in the car. And, you know, my knitting bag was in the car because I was only allowed to bring my purse and nothing extra. So my knitting bag, I had like socks in my purse, but most everything else was in my knitting bag in the car. And so, like, they come back in and they're asking me about the scale, and I'm just like, but you have to weigh yarn leftovers. Like, I'm sorry, like, you know. Thank goodness, like, the woman behind the counter who was, like, talking to me was like, knew what Ravelry was, because she asked me, you know, why I was in Canada. I said, oh, I've gone to visit friends. How did you meet these friends? Oh, I met them through Ravelry, because we're knitters and podcasters and all that jazz. And so, like, she was able to, like, tell, like, the guy who was the one who'd gone through the card, like, no, don't worry about it. She's not, like, you know, it's like, don't worry, she's not like a drug dealer or something, you know. Yeah, mine is accurate to 0.01 grams. And it's just a cheapo, like, $12 scale I got on Amazon. Something like that, you know. But it goes up to 200 grams, and it's accurate to 0.01 grams, so that's what I do, and I write down the start and end weights of my skeins. Because oftentimes, the skeins are a little heavier than what they say on the label. Like, we say that these bundles are 100 grams worth of yarn, but there's probably 105 here, you know, because we wind them heavy because we don't like to have leftover yarn, so. I mean, obviously we always have a little bit of leftover yarn, but we try not to. We try to minimize it, so we wind them a little heavy, so, you know, our skeins, I can tell you, are usually heavier than what it says on the label. We just guarantee that that's like the minimum they are, so basically guarantee that that's the minimum. Wait, I wasn't putting it over there, I'm putting it over here. Because I know what I'm doing, I'm paying attention to things. I need to figure out a place to put my computer where the screen isn't blocked by the winder while I'm winding. That'd be useful. Build spreadsheets, check stitches per row, and use math and periodic skein length to stay on track. That's actually a really good idea. I could probably ask my husband, because he's an engineer, he's a mechanical engineer, I could probably ask him to make me a spreadsheet, you know, that, like, would auto-calculate, like, how much, like, put in the start weight, and then, you know, periodic weights, and it would automatically calculate. Just give you a certain percentage of your yarn before doing the order. Yeah, those are always really annoying, because, like, I'm also, like, an extra tight knitter. Like, my personal gauge is a lot tighter than most people's gauge, so, like, I tend to just be tighter, I guess, a lot. Like, I don't know, so. Points, which is the 3 sections. Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I've done a couple of hitchhikers. I actually did one as a sample for 100 Ravens. We did it on a starry night. That was a fun one to make, but yeah. I did it out of a DK weight, so that thing was huge. I got given 3 skeins of DK and said go to town, and it was like, it was a big shawl. It was a big shawl. Alright, well, I think I am done for the day. I've done 2 full sets of yarn. I have been on stream for about 2.5 hours because I had a 10-minute countdown to start. Thank you, Nitty Kate, for coming, for chatting with me. Thank you to everyone else who watched the This will be going up on YouTube afterwards, probably like tomorrow or Sunday when I get a chance to upload it. So feel free to come back and rewatch it. But thank you guys. I will be probably miniing on stream fairly often now that I have this all set up and ready to go. I'll probably try to improve my lighting for next time, but for now, I think I'm good. So thank you for watching. And yes, I hope you have a good weekend as well. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time, hopefully. Bye!